city that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from feeling all kites to putting it in my block. Look what you sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hanging and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. On the tackle there, Natrell Jamerson out of Wisconsin.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Looking deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Detroit! Detroit!
Off play action. Thomas. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Yeah, and that play was pretty well doomed right from the start. The pressure was really affecting him. Collapsed everything in the pocket. He had to move around, try to get it downfield. Incomplete.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Watson, off play action. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A huge play there for Houston, and even 50 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air? And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Bo Scarborough, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
This is Thomas. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on second down. Thomas trying to lay one up deep. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. Watson making up for some lost time here in season number 2. He's got the Texans on the move with a first down. They go play action here on first down. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On second down, here's Watson. To Michel on the dump off. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and all of a sudden here it's third down. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run forward with Bo Scarborough. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Bo Scarborough with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Thomas. Off play action. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Carl Lawson in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Thomas throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to sling this deep down, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are back within a score. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On first down, Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Watson. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Watson now already over 150 yards through the air in the opening quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now a pitch out to Michel. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
On second down, Michel. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Tiger!
Now Watson. Got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Faking the give. Now Watson. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. A throw he probably shouldn't have made, rolling left and then throwing back across the field.
And when you do that and you're rolling towards the sideline, you've cut down your field in a big way significantly. And the guys who play in the second and third level as linebackers and DBs, they know that. And they know they don't have nearly as much space to cover. And they're hoping you try and throw it back towards the middle.
Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw is Thomas. Off the play fake. His throw incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. Thomas from the gun on 3rd down. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it hit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This will be fielded at the 8. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6, and the Browns have cut it back within a score. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Breanne Bonnie Calhoun. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. On 1st down, Thomas. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. That one goes for 36 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Thomas now looking to throw on 2nd down. This will be caught at about the 6. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Here's Thomas. That's caught. It's Thomas. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And now out comes Houston. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Come back, come back.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson going for the deep ball. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Thomas. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Looking to throw. Thomas. He's going to walk. And got his man. Complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play that time for Cleveland. 43 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On the ground, it's Thomas. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Gone, 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 gone.
Now Thomas to throw on 2nd down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Well, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And now out comes Houston. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, here's Watson. And Callaway taking it in left side. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 15. A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And it's fielded at the 34. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. This one taken just inside the 10. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. Kiki QT, 91 yards, and the Texans will extend their lead.
I talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Back to throw. Thomas under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
So we'll recount real quick. He had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Here's Thomas throwing on 3rd and long, and that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. And here comes the Texans now. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Watson on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
Here's Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Danny Trevathan coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. To throw is Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now it's Watson, and this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt, just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Thomas. To throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. They'll check this one down to Michel. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Richmond.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So we're to get symptomatic.
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he lost the football. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Thomas operating from the gun. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Looking to throw. Thomas. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Zach Cunningham coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Thomas now looking to throw on 2nd down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns are back within a score. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will get him one closer. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Watson off play action. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 8 yards there on a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Watson now to throw. He sets to fire deep. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And I think the Browns got it. They did. Watson. Now Thomas. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. To throw on second down, Thomas. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Here's Thomas on third down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. They run with Thomas. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They begin with Michel on the ground. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Richmond.
Now Scarborough. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Watson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big-time play there for the Texans. And even 50 yards. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Bo Scarborough taking it in from a yard out. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Now the try here for the point after. The point after is good. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. 55 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Drops it underneath to Thomas. And a great move, couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Thomas. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
I don't know about you, but can you just almost feel the relief that's gone through this stadium? He picked up that first down. Without it, this game is over.
And when he took off, and this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And that's caught inside the 30. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 52 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. A give. This is Michelle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Following the penalty, Michelle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They try again with Scarborough. And he's in for the score. Touchdown. Texans. Bo Scarborough taking it in. And the Texans will extend their lead. Now for the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. DJ Reader in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.